UBC, inspiring Uganda. Up next on UBC, brought to you by
Airtel. Download Airtel TV to watch and support Ugandan talent on The Voice Africa every Sunday at 8 p.m.
Good evening once again. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Michael Jordan Lukomwa. President Yoweri Museveni, together with a group of scientists, have agreed to start with Bukeddi sub-region as a pilot area for a new mosquito radiation sterilization technology aimed at preventing malaria. Speaking during a meeting at State House in Entebbe, the president said that if the study works out in Bukeddi, the technology will then be spread to other areas in the country. Israel Green, the executive officer of Malaria Technologies Limited, informed the president that they aim at establishing a high-level artificial intelligence technology known as a radiation sterilization, which sterilizes male mosquitoes to lessen the production of any offsprings. With the use of the special artificial intelligence, Green assured the president that they will be able to sort the males from the females easily and put the males aside for sterilization. It should be noted that currently Bukeddi sub-region is the leading region in malaria prevalence in the country. The sub-region is surrounded by swamps and rivers that act as breeding grounds for mosquitoes. President Yoweri Museveni has re-emphasized the need for import substitution and export promotion as a way of driving Uganda's industrial and development agenda. Museveni re-echoes the need to extend more support to private players' industrial development. This was contained in a message read for him by Vice President Jessica Alupo at the reopening of Reham Industries in Kawempe.
That Uganda is on course to drive the industrial development agenda is no longer a question without answers. Inside the Reham Industries, a subsidiary of Harris International, is a perfect example of Uganda's advance in industrialization. This is why most vanguards of development are impressed with such developments.
This investment supports our strategy for import substitution and also part of our original strategy of building an integrated and self-sustaining economy.
To take a feel of what exactly transpires here was the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo. She was here on behalf of the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Since 1986, the NRM government has been telling Ugandans that there are two major players in a modern economy. The first group are the producers, i.e., the farmers, industrialists, service providers, etc.
Museveni agrees with other leaders in emphasizing the need to support private players in industrial development.
The private sector can easily develop the country without much government money. However, the government must work on peace and infrastructure in order to lower the costs of doing business in the economy so that the private sector can make profits.
This was on a day deemed special for the ham industries as they officially unveiled the new facility at Tula in Kawempe. This was blessed by the presence of the Vice President on behalf of the President.
Whenever we say that the Ugandan economy had collapsed by 1986, we mean that the two players, i.e., producers and consumers, were no longer functional, and the enablers were either non-existent or the remaining few were in a dilapidated state.
More research should also be done into the mango varieties which are good for juice processing. For example, the Ngowe mango, which is in Kenya.
This effort needs further support in order to reduce on imports and promote more exports.
The industrial sector now contributes 26.5% to our GDP of $45 billion and adds 1.2 million jobs to our job stock.
3 years ago, the ham industry expanded to a new facility in Tula Kawempe. This has seen more revenue collection, leading to a 150 billion shilling remittance of taxes. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Government has announced that the late Archbishop Emeritus of Malaria Archdiocese, the Most Reverend Paul Bachenga, shall be accorded an official burial. Bachenga, who was the Archbishop of Malaria from January 2nd, 1999 until the 25th of April 2020, died on Tuesday morning at Nsambia Hospital in Kampala, where he had gone for routine medical checkups.
Through the President has accorded the late Archbishop Bachenga official burial. And that now means all the expenses will be carried by government. So the Ministry of Gender has been directed, together with the Chairman National Organizing Committee, the PS Minister of the Presidency, to take charge of all these arrangements, together with your team. I want to thank the President for this gesture. And I also want to thank you for accepting to come.
And through you thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for according the Most Reverend Archbishop Paul Bachenga official burial. Bachenga is a man who loved his church and loved this country, and he deserved this dignified send-off. We are very grateful for what you have done to put this in effect, and we look forward to cooperating together, the two teams, and wish Archbishop Bachenga peaceful return.
In more news, a tragedy struck Nakanyonyi Senior Secondary School in Nagalama, Nachifuma Town Council in Mukono District after unknown people allegedly poisoned students. This resulted into more than 300 students getting admitted to various health centers in the vicinity. Kampala Metropolitan Deputy Police Spokesperson Lukomwa said that the affected students are mainly those in the boarding section, adding that investigations are already underway.
At least 150 students of Nakanyonyi Secondary School in Mukono district have been rushed to different hospitals around Mukono for medical treatment over suspected food poisoning. The situation was tense as ambulances picked up the students, taking them to various hospitals amidst crowds of parents and residents. Inside, doctors, assisted by students, were seen giving first aid to some victims, especially those in critical condition. Parents were seen locked outside the school premises, yelling and begging police to allow them attend to their children. The school chaplain said they still don't know the cause of the problem.
Naye embere fanana bweti tugivumirira kubanga si nnungi ku baana abafaanana bwe bati. Bakuumaddembe banoonyereza okulaba ki naye ffe tetumanyi kiki tulabye bulabi mbeera bwetyo era tukivumirira nnyo mu mbeera efaanana bwetyo kyenyinza okubagamba kyokka.
Kubanga omuntu w'ojjira okola ekintu nga kino owa abaana b'abantu obutwa lwaki oba okola kino kiba kyebanga alina kyomenya ekirala ennyo ekiri ekyekwesima nedowooza abantu bonna balina kudda eri Mukama Katonda.
Mukono Health Director Dr. Stephen Mulindwa says they have not confirmed the poisoning but suspect the food could have gone bad.
Kubeera bubi naye ate bwe yataddeko caayi babaweereddeko caayi ndowooza yabaddemu poison. So ebintu obyabadde oba tusobola okufuna ku ngeri ya caayi bakebere mu ekyo ekyabaddemu emmere.
Kampala Metropolitan Deputy Police Spokesperson Luke Oesjire says as police, they have reports that a section of Nakanyi Secondary School students started complaining of stomach pains last evening, and by Thursday morning, most students had acquired similar signs and symptoms.
Services from police rushed to the school and those of Mukono and the Ministry of Health to evacuate some of these students to the different hospitals within Mukono and Nagalama. All I can say is that over 150 students were evacuated and some have been discharged while others are still receiving treatment.
Oesjire further asserts that police, jointly working with the Ministry of Health, has picked samples from the victims and taken them to Government Analytical Laboratory in Wandagea to ascertain the cause as investigations into the matter continue.
We don't know what exactly happened, whether the thing that is causing them stomach pains was ingested through food or it was through another kind of medium. But what we are doing as the police is to make sure that we ascertain what exactly is happening.
Yes, the Forum for Democratic Change Najanankumbi camp has refused its national chairperson Waswa Birigwa to address the press as the rift in the party worsens. Birigwa was to address the media at Najanankumbi party base but was blocked, causing a heated commotion.
The dust continues to rise in the FDC party.
Common knowledge.
Counter-accusations from all sides have since last week.
It was a button-down show as FDC chairman Waswa Birigwa escaped from what looked like a siege at the FDC headquarters in Najanankumbi. Waswa Birigwa was helped by a group of youth which had camped outside the FDC headquarters after they provided him with a ladder.
One Uganda!
On Thursday morning, the FDC national chairman Waswa Birigwa's press conference has been ruined, having been kept under siege by a faction of FDC party members with allegiance to the Najanankumbi camp.
mugamba gamire kubagamba ati mukulewo olugize fulume baganye.
Ambassador Birigwa was not the only one blocked from accessing the FDC offices, but also journalists and a number of youth. Some journalists criticized the move after their property risked being destroyed during the chaotic scenes.
As FDC, we ask you come over and ask for forgiveness, compensate our sport property. People's phones have been taken by the thugs.
That there are many goons inside holding stones and sticks. They even wanted to pour hot water on me. That's why I came down hurriedly.
We are going to fight for this party. We are not going to fight for individuals like some of our members who are inside fighting for individuals.
It is therefore as Forum for Democratic Change leaders trade insults and blackmail over a disagreement on internal party elections.
We told everybody that there were attempts to capture the FDC. People say sometimes we like talking. Today it has been demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that what we said in Zambia was a reality.
So those in Najanankumbi that are attempting to cause a coup in FDC, we are ready, we are going to organize, and at an appropriate time, I think we shall take over that office using appropriate and legal means. We can do all what they are doing.
The public, especially supporters of the FDC, have been left to collide at the crossroads, even when the FDC Electoral Commission released the roadmap for elections starting this Friday, 21st July 2023.
Actually, for me, I would say this is a win, because we have been through bigger storms than this, and we have successfully come out of these storms. So don't even expect or wish that the worst is yet to happen. No.
We are tempted to follow the path they have taken in the past month of maligning us. However, as seasoned, respectable leaders, we shall not. We are respectable. We shall only provide you evidence.
Amid the commotion was also a man identified as Slyman, who appeared with what he called a petition to the FDC against Waswa Birigwa, who is against the proposed election roadmap.
He should be taken to disciplinary committee as soon as possible. If FDC fails that, if it fails to do that, I'm going to courts of law.
Ibrahim Semujunganda Camp criticized the actions of embarrassing Waswa Birigwa, the party chairman at the FDC headquarters, calling it a kidnap.
It is an embarrassment, and we as members of parliament cannot come and support that.
In a memo released by Toterebuka Boniface, village and parish election starts on Friday, followed by sub-county election starting on Monday 24th July 2023. Constituency and district election will conclude the exercise starting on Monday 31st July 2023 and 3rd August 2023 respectively.
This for me is the first election in my history that is going to be conducted without electoral officials, because the parish supervisors, the sub-county and the county have been dispatched. No money, you guys. The district supervisors were supposed to go and train the lower supervisors. They were not provided with the money.
On Wednesday, the FDC Party Secretary General Nandala Mafabi and the party president Patrick Amorite vowed to have the elections at all costs. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Government has noted that it is closely monitoring the situation in the FDC, and at one point, if the situation turns violent, they'll have to step in to put the house in order. According to Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Chris Bariomunsi, who also serves as the Vice Chairperson of the NRM Western Uganda, the current cracks in FDC lies to the fact that the party has no strong foundation.
The dust continues to rise in the FDC party.
Common knowledge.
Counter-accusations from all sides have since last week taken center stage.
Museveni has been shopping individuals from political parties.
In Parliament, as the chief whip, as now a whip, who are those working and being paid in his office by Parliament?
For the NRM party says it is closely monitoring the events in the blue corner.
First of all, we have nothing to do with the conflicts which are in FDC, because as NRM, we are concentrating on building our own party.
In an interview with the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomusi, who serves as the Vice Chairperson for NRM Western Uganda, he waters down the money claims.
This business of saying the president gave money to a group of FDC leaders, those who are alleging that the money was given, let them bring evidence to the public and convince us that somebody brought money and gave it to so and for whatever purpose. Because we didn't know that there are political parties which are up for sale. But we are also not in a position of looking for political parties to buy. So I think let the leaders of FDC and FDC as a party carry its own cross.
Baryomusi further asserts that the formation of the Katonga faction by Dr. Kizza Besigye has been a key ingredient in the current party rift.
Most of these opposition parties in Uganda are not ideologically grounded. If you look at FDC, how it was formed out of anxiety, anger, complaining that NRM has been in power for long. You see the kind of slogans which they use. They say, Aja Ogenda, Taja Kulaira, that kind of those threats. That even when you vote President Yoweri Museveni, he will not be sworn in, he will have to go. That cannot be a basis of forming a political party.
With no clear indications that the situation will normalize soon, government promises to step in just in case violence becomes the order of the day.
We have state organs which are charged with the constitutional responsibility of ensuring law and order. Should there be signs of breakage of law and order, definitely police and other institutions will come in without taking sides, but ensure that people are safe and no law is broken.
Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Parliament has locked horns with the Attorney General over the term of the administrative units, including Local Council 1 and 2. The Attorney General told Parliament that the Cabinet is yet to decide whether the current term, which expired on the 10th of July, be extended. The House asked for the statutory instruments in support, forcing the Speaker to adjourn the House until government responds with action.
The parliamentary session for Thursday ended prematurely after the members highly expressed dissatisfaction over the statement produced by the Attorney General Kiryowa Kiwanuka on the term of the Local Council 1 and 2.
Article 207 of the Constitution tells you what a local government is, and it includes only a sub-county, a district, and a parish. So it is not a local government. So the amendment being brought is only to deal with administrative units, not local government.
Honorable Attorney General. Honorable Attorney General. Whether it is administrative units, whether it is what, are we supposed to have elections for it?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker. The one for local governments is set out as...
The administrative units.
Yes, the local government is set out in Article 181(5). The one for administrative units is set out in 170 of the Local Governments Act, and hence we can deal with it under that amendment.
Is to see our duty as Parliament and not be taken for granted. Initially, we were being informed that there was no money, and a huge bill of 56 billion was being flushed around with no premise at all. Then second, we were told that they were in existence legally. We asked for the law, and the statutes were opened, and there was nothing to really show for it. And you can confirm that from the Land Attorney General, he was trying to hazard some quotation of the law, but we know the law a little bit.
The Attorney General, Kiriowa Kiwanuka, told Parliament that the matter of the term for the administrative units has no vacuum and can be extended, awaiting the Cabinet resolution on Monday.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the advice I render is legal advice. And if anyone doubts it, they need to go and challenge it in court. So this advice, no, what I'm saying, right, Honorable Speaker, is that the advice I'm rendering is to cover the void.
This caused a heated debate as the House seemed for the legal basis regarding the Attorney General's response.
All local government councils shall be elected every 5 years.
Not May.
Not May. And the Schedule 3, which you are quoting, the provision there for extending their term, it is only when there is war or in the case of a state of emergency. Is government planning to declare a state of emergency?
Attorney General Kiwanuka says on Section 175 of the Local Government Act, allowing the minister to extend the term of the administrative units, but after authorization by the Cabinet and Parliament.
This allows the Attorney General to guide us, and also as a government, we should put in modalities on how the LOCs should be working as we wait for the government to get funds to conduct elections.
Parliament cannot act on any illegality. We could not sanction the fact that LC1 officials whose term has already expired should continue in violation of the law, because we are supposed to protect and preserve the law.
It's a wake-up call. I fully support the Speaker for doing that. It's a wake-up call. Government must show that this matter is serious. We have been bleeding, we have been burning over this matter. But now that the Parliament has adjourned over this issue, I think it is the people concerned will know that the matter now needs urgent attention.
Speaker Anita Among adjourned the House, signed die. Adia Nakute, UBC.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial star 185 star 7 star 6 hash to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
Uganda's oil and gas projects are providing opportunities
for international certification and employment in various disciplines. 12,000 Ugandans have received global oil industry training and international certification in welding, heavy goods vehicle driving, and scaffolding, among others. 6 public and private institutions have received international accreditation and certification from industry bodies such as City and Guilds, ECITB, OPITO, AWS, and NEBOSH. 250 government officers from various ministries and agencies have trained in oil and gas-related disciplines such as petroleum engineering, geosciences, law, and economics. 71,300 Ugandans are currently employed in the sector. The National Oil and Gas Talent Register provides visibility to Ugandans with skills and competencies for possible employment in the oil and gas sector. Registration is free. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Uganda waranji baktusako manrane chikonatera tekobuseko season yakuna savujura kuma mount papa's hall usasule kwa MTN mobile money usasule kuma chitundu MTN usasule nega komitano iga stemu kagatano stamu enda munana hasha kwa MTN ofune tiketi yokati wabula kumulyango usasule mitwale 2 yepe mitwale 5 atemeza ya milioni 2 munana July koni hotel mkono mwenda July nikan resort elweza 15 July France Africa Jinja Abim July Maria Flema Saka Abim Mwenda July Afro Club Eka Sangati Ateyo Yonoku Yingina Mutualo Wafujinidwa Musente Talent Africa Victoria University Suzu Property Consultants Pepsi Max Uganda Warranty
MTN.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Research and development in agriculture has taken center stage as nations turn to agricultural productivity to address food insecurity. Researchers and scientists from 15 member countries are in Uganda under the Association for Strengthening Agricultural Research in Eastern and Central Africa to review the performance of the agricultural sector in the region.
Narrating and sharing information is part of the process to strengthen agricultural research and improving the food security situation. Researchers and scientists from 15 Association for Strengthening Agricultural Research in Eastern and Central Africa, ASARECA, member countries are consulting to develop a 5-year medium-term plan. ASARECA Executive Director Dr. Enoch Warinda told UBC that the medium-term plan installs appropriate mechanisms that will reposition ASARECA.
This operational plan must bring in what is happening in all the 15 countries. So each country is bringing in new ideas of how agriculture is changing. We've drawn scientists, we have drawn policy makers, we have brought in people to help us to see what are the existing strategies like the parish development plan. How are we going to put that kind of a plan into the medium-term operational plan for the next 5 years?
ASARECA mobilizes and coordinates human, physical, financial and institutional capital to implement research, extension and training for agricultural transformation in Eastern Central Africa. The Director of Research, National Crops Resources, Namlonge, Dr. Godfrey Asea, says reviewing the medium-term operational plan 1 is key for researchers.
Those are similar things we need to promote moving forward under this platform. Countries were assessed based on capacities, and Uganda was Center of Excellence for cassava to develop that capacity to support the region. Kenya was selected for dairy based on their strength, Ethiopia was for wheat, and Tanzania was for rice.
Dr. Evelyn Nguku, a Kenyan scientist at the International Center of Insect, told the meeting that it's up to National Agricultural Research Institutes, policy experts to influence capacity development.
Where we are able to put in a lot of inputs in capacity building and be able to move research areas and innovations and downstream it to the end users who are able to benefit for the development of the various technologies.
The 5-year medium-term operational plan will strengthen ASARECA to facilitate, support, coordinate and advocate for sustainable agricultural transformation in East and Central Africa. Abiona Francisco, UBC News.
The unwavering dedication and tolerance exhibited by hardworking, resourceful and virtuous public servants has been recognized and celebrated for their remarkable contributions to the development of their communities. Prominent among those recognized is Minister for Energy Ruth Nankabirwa and for Science and Technology Dr. Monica Msenero.
Here in Apex, we are appreciating you, people who are seated here, who are the awardees for the job well done.
It is a good thing, but a rare occurrence for one to be appreciated when still alive. The Minister for Energy, Ruth Nankabirwa, and the Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Monica Msenero, are the lucky persons that have been awarded for demonstrating exceptional resilience in their service to the nation while still alive.
Dedicating this award to all the women out there who have helped the girl child to study, to work, to be tolerant, because charity begins at home. I feel so greatly honored. May God bless you all. May God bless Uganda. May God bless Africa.
Others recognized are the Commissioner General, Uganda Revenue Authority, John Musinguzi Rujoki, the Commissioner General, Uganda Prison Service, Dr. Johnson Byabashaija, the DPP, Jane Francis Abodo, Chairman of Bagaga Kwagalana, Haj Chirumira, and Dr. Chiaga Charles for the Ministry of Health. These have all earned accolades for their unwavering spirit of tolerance in the face of challenges by Always Be Tolerant organization during an event held at Hotel Africana in Kampala.
I'm profoundly honored to be a recipient of this award, and I want to thank the Almighty for this honor and express my gratitude to Abeto Foundation.
Under the co-chairmanship of Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amongi, and the Executive Director of the Foundation for Human Rights Initiative, Dr. Livingstone Sewanyana, the ceremony emphasized the pivotal role of tolerance in fostering harmonious community growth.
Non-discrimination, respect for each other's values, views, and I think I cannot conclude by not stating that the biggest person that has implemented this provision is His Excellency the President.
When we are recognized for what we do, it's an opportunity for others to emulate our experiences, but also to understand the struggles that we go through.
Chairman of the Be Tolerant organization, Moses Mosana, revealed plans to establish a club of Always Be Tolerant awardees dedicated to nurturing a culture of tolerance among the public.
We say no to violence, and that's why this effort to move this way, and I see the awardees today are trusted cadres of the national resistance movement.
The event was witnessed by senior staff from Uganda Prison Service, Uganda Revenue Authority, Ministry of Science and Technology, DPP, Ministry of Energy, and other prominent government and public sector officials. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Another short break. On return, we'll have business and sports news.
Introducing the Infinix Note 30 series in partnership with Airtel Uganda, a smartphone where style meets functionality. Take charge of the day with special features like the 108MP triple camera and 68 watts first charge, and the best part is you can use this phone to charge other phones. You also will enjoy free 3GB from Airtel every month for 3 months on each new device purchased. Dial *100#, select data and devices to get your free data. The Infinix Note 30 series Spark, a connection in partnership with Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Multi Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Echinene chichino.
Jemisinde mu bunabyalo ejjabagoberezi ba Kristo East African Christian Marathon jangu tuddukira wamu mu misinde gy'essaala gino nga 13 omwezi ogw'omunaana erugogo ku kisaawe kya hockey jangu okyekirira abo mu makaago mu misinde gy'essaala n'ekiruubirirwa ekirungi eky'okuzimba ekifo awanakwatirwanga amasimu ag'ettundutundu ly'obuvanjuba bwa Afrika. Weetabe emisinde gino oddukire wamu n'omusumba wo abakulembeze b'ekitundu kyo abanaakiikirira Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, DR Congo, South Sudan n'abawono mu Uganda. Jangu odduke ne Captain Mike Mukula agenda okukulemberamu abaddusi. Dduukirira enteekateeka eno ng'ogula omujoozi muwonaddukira ku mitwalo 2, mitwalo 3 n'emitwalo 10 kuba enteekateeka z'emisinde nga gino zikyusa ensi. Okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku noti 781 885 noti 55. Emisinde gya East African Christian Marathon giwagiddwa UBC TV, Star TV ne Star FM emmunyenye y'eggwanga.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Business news tonight. Training of financial industry workers has commenced to prepare them on how to mind the environment, social and governance aspects in their operations as they implement the 120 billion Uganda shillings Abbey Green Finance Fund.
Sure that commercial banks, microfinance institutions and other lenders use their financial services to contribute to the protection and promotion of the environment and the well-being of the communities around them.
As you're well aware, everything we do within the financial services space and the agribusiness space requires financing. So last year we launched the 120 billion Green Finance Fund, which is mainly support financial institutions to support the agribusinesses, but we're also building capacities.
It is increasingly becoming an important determinant of investment priorities for international investments as part of the fight against climate change, human rights violation and corruption. Environmental, social and governance (ESG) is a framework used to assess an organization's business practices and performance on various sustainable and ethical issues.
On day-to-day basis, they interact with the clients. So we do believe that if we train the staff of financial institutions well, we shall have reached the agribusiness players in how to adapt, to mitigate, and to conserve the environment.
Jane Ike, a trainer with the Uganda Institute of Banking and Financial Services, says Uganda has come a little late because in some other countries, the financial industry has gone a little further in integrating ESG in their operations.
When we're analyzing these businesses have their figures, but behind that, what is making them sustainable? Are they looking at the end of the pyramid that is going to lift people out of poverty? But most importantly, the environment around us. How is it impacting on the businesses that they do work with?
The banking sector, together with ABI, are putting together a draft paper that should become a legal framework to compel lenders on implementation of ESG, which is projected to be ready by the end of next month. Wadulo Mark Arnold for UBC News in Wakiso.
Bankers Association, in collaboration with Visa, championing the adoption of the usage of contactless payment system in Uganda. The initiative is part of the National Digital Transformation and Digital Payment Strategy.
Uganda Bankers Association, in collaboration with Visa, have stepped up efforts to diversify financial payment systems in Uganda through introduction of cashless model of transactions. This initiative intends to reduce point-of-sale queues and cash handling costs in the payment space industry.
As we adopt digital solutions, as we undertake the digital transformation, first is the systems themselves to be robust, with sufficient controls, protocols, to make it secure and hard to penetrate or compromise. And secondly, the staff themselves, we try to put controls so that authorities distributed, alerts are put, monitoring mechanisms.
This campaign seeks to increase the penetration of Ugandans into digital financial payments when carrying out day-to-day commerce.
So the first priority is to make card payments, to make awareness about card payments, but transitioning into mobile. And that's why we are here today, because we want to promote digital. And what is digital? It's for you to be able to pay with your mobile, and for anyone to be able to be paid, whatever, or to have a device that you can convert into a payment device.
In a related development, Absa Bank Uganda has unveiled the Absa MobiTap innovation. The innovation aims at eradicating bulk movement of physical money through the use of cashless payments using mobile smartphones.
With Absa MobiTap that we are launching today, we are turning a regular smartphone or a tablet into a secure digital payment terminal that requires no additional hardware, no plugins, no card readers, no dongles.
Less cost of carrying around cash, going to bank it every day, because your proceeds go to the bank direct. And you should be able to reduce on your cost of running a business. For the customer, you don't need to hang around with papers. All your reconciliations are automated.
The multi-card enabled innovation will ensure the user keeps track of all their contactless transactions on their smartphones. Mario Nawori and Crispa Sarinitwe, UBC.
For Uganda business.
Private Sector Foundation Uganda has launched a multi-million-dollar youth engagement initiative. The initiative, targeting over 300,000 youth, is part of the Young Africa Works lead farm structure that was launched in 2019.
To create jobs. That's our primary role. We're here to create employment for the youth and for all Ugandans.
The Youth Engagement Program by the Private Sector Foundation Uganda will provide young people with a platform to express themselves, advocate for their interests, and actively influence policies and decision-making.
Our Youth Engagement Program is aimed at bringing young people to participate in our programs, be decision makers in our programs, but not only as beneficiaries. So it means that any program that we will be doing as PSFU will have an input of the young people, and the young people will have a chance to decide whether it works for them or not.
US $89 million will be utilized on a long term to socially and economically empower the Ugandan youth. Youth Engagement Campaign is part of PSFU's broader Young Africa Works Enhancing Lead Farm Structure for Youth Employment in Uganda project implemented with the MasterCard Foundation.
The young people will be part of deciding what it should be, what we should be focusing on, how we should be doing it, how we should reach them. So we are planning, besides the number of youth that we are looking to find jobs for, that are 300,000 young people, we want to even reach much more beyond those that are benefiting from the projects that we have. If we can reach every youth in Uganda, that will be very good, and it will be our target over the long term.
Young entrepreneurs and youth from across the country who attended the launch event at the Uganda Museum grounds underscored the importance of multi-sectoral support and their views being factored in on matters that concern them.
I'm so grateful for them because they are doing, their programs are inclusive, because PWDs, you'll find them, we are used to be beggars. That is the slogan that most of people know about us, but then if me, as a person with a physical challenge, has a company, I can transport or I can transfer the knowledge from my company and share with the 12.4 disabled people in the country. So I do believe that this project of PSFU will be of a great impact to the youth.
Since its launch in 2019, the Lead Farm Structure Project has so far mobilized 137,000 youth and managed to transit 96,270 youth into meaningful and dignified work. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
And now in sports, the the under-19 cricket cranes have been flagged off for Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where they will take part in the ICC under-19 Africa Cricket World Cup qualifiers as they seek for a fourth consecutive appearance in the tournament.
After stints at the 2022, 2006 and 2004 Under-19 World Cup, Uganda is seeking a fourth appearance at the world event slated for 2024 in Sri Lanka.
Our destination is to be at the World Cup. So as we go to Tanzania, we should work for it. It is not just going to come easy, but we need to put in some extra effort.
Uganda's under-19 cricket team will fight for that one slot against 5 other countries: Nigeria, Namibia, Sierra Leone, Kenya, and host Tanzania in the ICC Under-19 Africa Cricket World Cup qualifiers. The team, that is also the Africa defending champions, is confident for victory after a 10-day training camp in India and the final 16-man squad spending 7 days in a residential camp in Entebbe. The team was flagged off this morning at Lugogo.
Imparted skills to have the best 16 players that you've all seen here. So the trips to India helped the boys develop, get the required experience that will carry on to Tanzania. And I believe that the boys are well in the shape to deliver what we have imparted as the coaches into them.
Many of us have been in the World Cup previously in 2022. So right now, as we're going to play for that one slot, we are hopefully going to do our best so that we can maybe get that slot again. Because we have been working hard. The biggest headache, as for now, I say, all the teams are also strong because I've had previous training camps. So what will be the best will be us. Because we shall do our best so that we can conquer all of them.
The tournament will run from the 21st to the 31st of July 2023 at 2 venues, the University of Dar es Salaam and Dar Gymkhana in Tanzania. Uganda will open its campaign against a tricky Namibia on Sunday the 23rd of July 2023. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
To the end of news tonight. Thank you so much for having been part of the whole arrangement. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa, wishing you the best of the night. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
All right.
Ireland have qualified for the Women's World Cup for the very first time.
It's unbelievable, really is.
What a summer to look forward to.